Grab your popcorn, rip that ticket, get in that seat, lickety splicket. Go watch a movie. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Go Watch a Movie, episode 183. We missed a week, but we're back. We're going to squeeze 2 episodes into this week. So we're going to be a little timely for once. I'm Kelvin.
And I'm Robert.
Forgot how to do this already. Today we're doing the Tomorrow little indie film you may have heard of on Amazon Prime. Starring what's the guy's name again? He's been in a few. You might have heard of the
Chris.
Yeah, here we go. That guy. No, this is one of those big blockbuster summer films, except we didn't get it in theaters, sadly, which I think, we'll get into that. But before we do, a little bit of entertainment news. First and foremost, Nobody Part 2. I don't think we need it, but the script is in development and has already been picked up. What say you, sir?
I enjoyed the first one, so I'm not going to be mad if they try to make a second. I agree we don't need, because that one was such a complete picture for me.
Yeah.
You don't need more, but I mean, they're going to obviously try to, suck as much out of that success as they can and then, make some more money.
It just really sucks because, it was in the ideal situation, and now it's going to be like, uh-oh, it's happening again.
But probably turned up somehow because they overdo the first one.
Yeah. And I mean, now his wife and family know, so I'm sure it'll be
it'll be a family affair.
Yeah. But if they don't bring back Christopher Lloyd, what's a fail already? Mm-hmm. We're a fan of the classic movie Interview with a Vampire.
I do like that movie, despite its many flaws.
It has a lot of flaws. It is a powerhouse cast: Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, Kristen Dunst, Antonio Banderas, all portraying Anne Rice's famous characters, Lestat, and so on and so forth. Well, AMC has finally pulled the trigger and are making it a series.
I think, yeah.
What do you think?
Nah, I don't think I can. I think there's already enough vampire TV shows and whatnot that I think they're too late to the game. I think they should have done that first or something. Or
hers are very old school classic, which I think everyone is way past.
Mm-hmm. And I think they're more suited for movies too than TV. I feel like just maybe just because of how I feel about Interview with the Vampire. I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe there's an audience for it.
Please allow me to introduce myself. Watch the movies. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I hope they don't try and stylize it, modernize it, that sort of thing, because it fits in a certain time period.
Mm-hmm. I feel like they probably will, though, if they're doing a TV series, because they're not going to be able to. It's a shame they can't make what they should make and stay true to the subject matter,
Yes.
Source matter from I don't know.
I guess they've tried other stuff from her, and that movie was pretty, because Queen of the Dam is one of hers as well, and they didn't do. Nope. I think casting was the issue there.
Partially it was casting, but still.
But yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see. Of course, I'm gonna watch it. Because I love. Honestly, that is one of the movies that got me into vampires, Lost Boys, that sort of thing. I know for a lot of people it was Dracula, but that movie pushed me forward, and it actually helped push a lot of the lore of vampirism as well. So, but it's a very classical take on vampires and very almost theatrical acting stuff. We'll see, man. I mean, and without that, I'm sure they'll have today's stars, but the cast I just read off that were in that movie. Wow.
Yeah, that's like a once in a lifetime thing. You're not going to get that all the time. So
Yeah,
that's one of the draws to the movie, I think. Even though not everybody there is, a wonderful performer, but
yeah,
they are, still a big name.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Well, let us know if you're looking for that one. But that'll bring us to trailers. You first to me, sir.
You go right ahead.
You couldn't tell right there, but I was not breathing. That's because the No Read 2 trailer has come out.
Well, congratulations. We have a dual trailer.
Oh, there we go. First, let me ask you, this isn't well, it can't be a prequel because of the way it starts.
Nope.
But because wasn't he pretty much the villain in it?
Yes. See, the wonderful thing about the first one, I hate to ruin it for people if you haven't seen the first one. You probably need to pause this, run out, watch the first one first, then come back to it. But it's awesome because he's both the victim, and then you realize, as the movie progresses, that he's also the villain.
Yes.
So I love that and you can still relate, even though what he's doing is wrong, you can still relate to the character because of what happened to him.
They should have broken his house anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So it's ridiculous, and the fact that this guy keeps having people break into his house, it's kind of weird. So there's a second movie where they do it again.
but they're very much making him the hero.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but do you not sense the darkness though? Because the guy's like who's breaking into the house. He's like, the one you really should be worried about is the guy that's standing next to you, who's trying to protect you.
Yeah, they seemingly know him.
So there's obviously something that's going to come out, and then the little girl's going to find out, and then I guess she's going to have to make that moral choice. Is he really good or bad? And then she's probably going to give him a big hug at the end. And
I really like how she is. I love you, dangerous blind man.
It's okay what you did.
But I love how he's training her. It's just, oh man. And then the way it ends, when they all walk into that room. Mm-hmm. I guess we should actually talk about the trailer, but they all walk into that room and the splash and the water flows into his hand, and he just instantly pops up. Yeah,
they're gonna up that whole blind thing for sure. And I like that he goes. It almost turned into the water world a little bit because the girl gets captured, and then the guy goes like, "He's going to come for me," and he does, and then but he's blind, and he turns off all lights. Now you're going to see what I see, which is not that. I don't know. It's just good.
You're breathing.
I'm pumped already. I can't wait to see this one.
That first one was awesome, so it's going to be kind of hard, I think, to expand that.
I think they're going to do it. Look at that trailer. I mean, that
trailer is fantastic.
The opening was great because you're thinking this girl better get out of there because that guy's not. Oh, it's you're raising her, okay?
Yeah, and like, is she one of the captives? Because you don't
know. You don't know yet, so I think this is going to be fun. Can't wait.
Is this like payback? Get ready to root for the bad guy. Like, what are you doing? Well, I guess we can only wait and see because it's coming soon, and I'm excited. So that'll be an interesting one. Did we do the first one? I
think we did. I feel like we talked about it.
Yeah,
so must have.
Oh man, but that'll bring. Did you have another one? That's our
no, that was it. That was all I had.
That works. That'll bring us to the Tomorrow War. Watch bot if you would not mind.
The world is stunned when a group of time travelers arrive from the year 2051 to deliver an urgent message. 30 years in the future, mankind is losing a global war against a deadly alien species.
So, this movie is getting a lot of slack. Like, without going into the specifics, a lot of people not feeling this movie. Yeah, and I don't know if it's because of his current issues with his religious beliefs against a certain type of people, or like if that's adding to it.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's been labeled. So not to get too political and tabloidy, but he's been labeled a homophobe because he's a Christian and he believes gay people, that whole thing. But yeah, besides all that, I respect this movie for what it was, and actually had a good time with this movie.
Yeah.
It's like, and I love it's a little long.
I
But,
agree with that.
But yeah, I like the. First of all, I'm a fanboy for time travel, so I guess I should throw that out there. And this is a take that I hadn't seen before. Like we're going to use our past to help our future, and it's kind of cool. But yeah, what are your initial takes?
Initial takes, I thought it looked great. Obviously from the trailer, getting in there after watching the film and learning.
You should clarify that the third trailer. Because the first two trailers were ass and you couldn't tell anything.
Yes. But after watching it, I do realize I can see a couple different points. One, I was thrilled because it's my kind of movie. It's sci-fi. Yeah. I love time travel. It's got aliens in it and guns. So that there you go. That's my movie. Chris Pratt. I love Chris Pratt. I don't care about the whole him being labeled. You can be whatever you want to be. You can be gay, you can be Christian, you can be both. Go get them. But whenever I watch a Chris Pratt movie, for some reason, I feel like there's going to be a joke in there somewhere. Mm-hmm. And there really wasn't any too much humor in this movie.
You played pretty straight.
What's that?
He played it pretty straight.
He did play it pretty straight. I just kept expecting him to do something, say something funny or something crazy to happen because he just has that, comedic aura about him. Yeah. So that was a little off-putting. I think maybe they could have cast somebody else, I hate to say it, who could have taken it, who doesn't have that aura about him, where you think there's going to be a joke around the corner because there wasn't with him. And that's not anything against him because he just has a great, a comedic presence. But for me, I thought, well, I could have, maybe that wasn't the right choice. But it was also on the negative point. I do feel like it was kind of sort of an Alien ripoff in a way, with a little Edge of Tomorrow mixed in without the Groundhog's Day added in, So it just, I don't know. I feel both. I mean, I was entertained
about Edge of Tomorrow or Live Day. They changed it to Live Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, it's Edge of Tomorrow, but it's I both enjoyed it and thought that it could have been its own thing more instead of being something else. But for what it was, like I said, I enjoyed it. It's my kind of movie. It's got aliens, guns, time travel, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I tell you one thing about him. I agree with everything you said about the other stuff, but he gives me hope, I should say, of one day not getting just swole like Schwarzenegger, but dad bod good shape.
Like an athletic dad bod is what you're talking about. Yes.
Because he is in shape, but like he's got the early stages of abs.
You can see his younger self if you watch any of his younger work. He was a chubby guy.
He was a chubby guy,
in a good way.
Where he is now, or at least in this movie, is where I want to get to.
That's your goal.
With that, I don't need to get anything better than that.
I'm gonna Chris Pratt this bod. Anything.
Thank you, Chris. But no, yeah, so the idea, I think it kind of creates a paradox, honestly, the more I think about the idea of this movie. Mm-hmm. So you come back because all the humans are dead, but I guess they did their research. That's why they take them and they figure out, oh, these people are going to die, and that we'll send the ones that are going to die. Spoilers, if you have not seen it, I hope you've seen it. That makes sense, I guess, because they check to see if they're going to die first, and that's when they send. Mm-hmm. That's right?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
But are there really that many people? Because they were sending thousands.
Yeah, but there's millions of people on the planet that are all dying. I don't know how many people die a day.
And that's true. I guess it was 30 years in the future, so they have a very wide pool to choose from.
Yes.
So yeah, okay. Never mind. Scratch that. That makes perfect sense. But I really enjoy that idea. They're coming back. Okay, we're exhausted. We have nothing left in the future. Now we need you. Mm-hmm. Luckily, there was a scientist smart enough to build a time machine to do such a thing.
Yes, otherwise they would be in trouble.
In this very bleak future of ours. Did you? I kind of wish they would have lingered on the "this is my daughter" thing. Like not revealed it so quickly.
I saw it coming.
You saw it coming? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it didn't do anything for me. I was like, clearly that's your daughter.
Yeah.
Obviously, I knew it was going to happen. So now I was just like,
I don't think she needed him, like she said she did. If that makes sense. I think any other person could have done that. But she was
but who are you going to trust more than any other person?
But also she's a fool because how can you not realize that? Because here's how I imagine it: if she would have survived and he went back with his mission,
they wouldn't. Well, I don't know if they would not exist or it would create a different timeline.
I think she would have caused him to do the whole leaving thing because he would have been so traumatized from that war.
I
just
didn't see it
repeating
that
his
way.
father's footsteps.
If anything, I didn't see it that way. I saw it from a couple of different points. Either her telling him that would prevent him from leaving, so he would realize that something's wrong and then not want to leave because it obviously caused some effect to her life, or she was using it to guilt trip him so that when he went back, he did everything he could to save
the world.
Yeah.
Because I thought they were going to do a little foreshadowing with his father, because that's why his father left, because the war traumatized him. I was like, he's seen so much.
That's a good point.
But instead, it remotivated him. It did the opposite for him. It's like, oh no, I'm going to fucking finish this through and be more for my family. But yeah, I just thought they were gonna. That's where I was going with it. I thought, oh, my father.
I kind of saw it coming because at the beginning he's like he wanted that job but didn't get it. But he's like, I am going to be somebody special other than just a teacher or whatever. But he didn't realize what he was doing. Just being a teacher, for one, was important, and secondly, him being the one that has to come back and then save the world from the aliens or whatever is him being special something, even though it wasn't a job.
Because his teachings technically are what saved the world, because he taught his daughter everything she knew about biology, which kept her going.
And just him knowing the only kid probably on the world that knew that much about volcanoes. So that was, otherwise, how else were they going to get that information?
This is true. He's like, I knew this was going to save the world. That fucking kid. Oh man. What do you think about the dad? Grandpa, I should say.
J.K. Oh, it's J.K. Simmons. Who doesn't love J.K.? I mean, great character. Always does a good job. Loved him. Loved him in the end too. When they were basically, I don't want to say they made up, but they came together for this common cause. And then look what they did.
Because they realized they were more similar than they were different.
Mm-hmm.
They were both war vets. JK just came from a different time, and I think that's a testament to how today's world is. The older generation doesn't think much of us, or our generation after.
Rightfully so.
But it's like, I think if you go to brass tacks, it's like, hey, I'm still your kid. There's a little bit of you and me, and that's, I think, and then Chris also got to experience that as well.
They were exactly the same, because at the end, they wouldn't let the other person take the hit. They're trying to pull the thing away from, the other one, protect them, save them. Yeah. And then they were just going back and forth. Like he would do it. So the thing would run into him.
They put a Hawkeye and Black Widow.
Exactly. But then he would jump in and be like, nope, you're not going to save the day. I am. And then the guy, no. So it's like perfect. They were the same person, just different generation.
And then she was more stubborn Pratt. And so we got to see a generational. This was a tale of loving fathers. This is what this was. and a ferocious mother's love as well.
Yes.
I'm glad they didn't say that though. Like, I was expecting to get away from her, you bitch, at some point. But
that's what I would have threw my remote at the TV if they did.
Did you just tell us to die? And it did. We should have tried that sooner.
Yeah, sure should have. Would have worked. It's a killing.
I did love Charlie. I know he was intentional comic relief, but I think he did it very well.
Yes.
No, I don't think I had a limit on how many curses they could do in a PG-13.
I guess if you say them together, it counts as one.
Yeah. just a great cast all around. I love everybody, even the badass cancer guy. I enjoyed him.
I enjoyed Betty Gilpin.
Oh yes, she's fantastic.
Yes.
I became a fan of hers with that wrestling show on Netflix. So I'm not that big a fan because you got to say, oh, Glorious Ladies of Wrestling.
Yes.
She is a fantastic actress. And then, of course, in Hunt, which we did as well.
Yes.
She's amazing. But yeah, did you enjoy her for other reasons? Did I hear?
I enjoy her for every reason possible.
Yes, agreed. I tell you what, she didn't get much of a role in it, but Jasmine Matthews, that little scar on her cheek, the first lady who came down and told everybody the world's dying.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not pervs. We're just covering the movie. What is the standout moments for you in this one?
Oh man, let me think here. I will say there's standout moments that are negative for me, like the design of the alien.
Oh, you didn't like that?
I didn't know the dog with the tentacles, and
you don't like the poop shooters?
No, didn't care for it. But I understand. But it made more sense to me towards the end when I found out they were genetically created by other aliens. So
or weapons.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, I'm on board. But initially, I'm like, this is what they didn't show in the teaser. I see why, because I'm not into it. But yeah, I don't know, some of the moments that were supposed to be big moments, like revealing that it was his daughter, in the adult form of her daughter, was underwhelming for me. So again, I thought it was predictable. So
that's why I wanted it to linger a little, like hold that secret a little longer, because that moment it was just so lackluster.
The fact that he was picked to go, because obviously we know it in the trailer, so that was underwhelming. There was a lot of underwhelming for me, but overall, despite the fact that there was underwhelming, it was still enjoyable, just because this is my sort of thing. Do
you think he still dies in that car accident?
I don't. I think they changed enough with the whole time travel thing that it's completely open now. Who knows how he dies or when?
Well,
you just know that
part 2 is already being written.
Well, now I'm worried, because I thought they got rid of the aliens. I was happy. You guys did it, but I guess they didn't do it.
Yeah, it hasn't been picked up or anything. But the directors/writers have all said that they have plans for part 2 already. They know if it's big enough, which. The movie is highly successful already, so we're probably going to get a part 2.
I feel like they finished it, though. I feel like it's done. The story is done for me.
It is especially going to lessen, was it Dorian and Lieutenant Hart's sacrifice?
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, even though I feel like that, but did I feel like that for other movies? Like when I watched Alien for the first time, I thought it was amazing, and I probably thought the same thing, that it was done. Like, why would you do that again? But then they did Aliens, and it just freaked me out that there was a whole army of aliens, and that was just the craziest thing. And there's soldiers everywhere, and there's more guns, and there's more aliens. So then I was
the second best sequel ever made.
Yeah, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this can come back and do it again and be better and bigger than the first. But I don't know.
Maybe they shorten it.
Yeah, they might want to shorten it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan. I mean, I guess my favorite part is even though I hate it, never mind, I take that back. I hate that they took the queen, even though they already know how she works, to their top secret facility. I understand you think you got it all safe and decked out, but no. She can call these other things.
Yep.
But yeah, I was gonna say, when they were catching her, I really enjoyed that entire sequence of her flipping out and the daughter showing her badassness and her coming down. And
I feel like she shouldn't have put herself in that position. Like, I feel like because the actual person that's going to basically save the world is her.
Yes,
she's putting herself in that kind of danger. Like if she had,
very irresponsible,
got a poop spear in the neck or whatever, she would be dead. And so everything's over. So I don't know. I didn't like that part. I thought she shouldn't have put herself at risk.
Yeah, she's so like she was more worried about him, the guy who quote unquote is gonna have to take back this thing. But it's like if you're dead, bitch, who's gonna take it back?
Yeah, she's got to make the thing that he has to take back. She's the important. She's the important one.
And here's my thing. Here's what. So I misunderstood. Like when she was explaining that to him, I was like, okay, he's gonna take it back and manufacture it, and then go to where these things were first sighted, and then deploy this stuff there. But no, that was not the plan. The plan was to take it back, mass produce it, and send that mass produced product back.
Yeah.
I don't think that's smart.
Yeah.
I think
they should have attacked
the first one was a smarter plan. My misunderstanding, I thought, was, in my opinion, what they basically end up doing, I think, should have been the plan all along.
Yes. I don't know why they just didn't come back instead of coming back and being like, we need you guys to come forward in the future to help us fight this war. They should have been, let's just go back and then find these things before they spread and kill them.
Right.
The soldiers instead of, that would have been, like, to me, make more sense.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to save their future without realizing they could change the past because they didn't want to change the past too much because then they wouldn't exist. Possibly.
Yeah. I think that's always a fear.
The whole time travel paradox thing is weird, but yeah. There's multiple angles they could have gone at.
Yep. Man. Did Major Greenwood have any? I'm just going to IMDb. Major Greenwood, the guy who seemed like he was liking Chris Pratt's daughter. Did he have any other purpose? Was he like the volcano kid or something? Because they kind of made a point for him to be I'm going to talk to you and tell you about your daughter.
He was just there. Yeah, he wasn't really, he was just there.
Okay. Yes.
J.K. Simmons got the coolest name in the group, though. Slade.
Yeah. He's badass. He's the most badass. That little snow thing.
So was Dorian. Dorian was amazing, too.
Yeah, Dorian.
Just shame that he was going to die, like, pretty much no matter what.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think a sequel would suck, because he sacrificed himself, and Lieutenant Hart did.
But they're going to the future. You would think, I'm going to the future, and instead of going to the future, maybe they've cured, even though it's apocalyptic with aliens and crap, but maybe they cured whatever disease I have, so they could just give him a shot and he's better and go back to the past. Too bad that didn't happen, but
and he seemed pretty fit to be. He said he's going to die in 6 months.
Yeah, he was kicking butt. And I didn't like that. You know what? There's another negative standout moment when he's explaining. Dorian's explaining to the other people that went forward in time with him. He's like, they're only weaken like the gut and the head or something, whatever it was. Like, why didn't you tell them that from the start?
That's actually something I made a mental note about. I was like, oh, bring that up. I'm so glad you did.
Why
they don't have basic training. Okay, I get it. You have limited time, but you know how these things work.
Been there 3 times.
One-off. We didn't want to tell you or show you them because what they say, the fear might cause something or I don't know, but bullshit.
Yeah, they should have
how to fucking kill this thing.
Yeah, they should have pictures and tutorials and all kinds of stuff. This is what you do. Shoot in here.
Because those people died. If they would have known that, I don't think they would have wasted as many bullets.
Yeah, because they seemed it almost kind of felt like Starship Troopery in a way, but like when they were shooting them at the beginning, they felt like they were invincible. But towards the end, they can shoot them and then finally kill them. So it was a weird kind of flip there.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I still enjoyed it because it's everything I wanted out of a movie, and I got to see more Betty Clipping.
Betty Clipping. Oh man, what does Rotten Tomatoes say about this one, sir?
Rotten Tomatoes is about what I expected it to be. The tomato meter is a 55% green splat. I saw that coming. And 55? Audience score, 55, yes. I saw that coming. I didn't think, think about it. I mean, like I said, it's almost like a combination of other movies. So it's not doing its own thing so much as it is just riding that sci-fi wave. But the audience score is an 81%, which is exactly what I expected it to be. because it was fun. It wasn't mind blowing, but it was fun, and that's what we needed out of this
It's a
movie.
summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
You know.
Aliens and guns.
Yep.
Time travel.
Like boats and hoes.
Yep. Boats and hoes. Exactly. Just make sure someone's steering the boat while you're making it.
Oh yes. What's the go watch it out?
Absolutely go watch that. It's fun. It doesn't get any better than that.
You know, fantastic fun movie. Pratt's great. J.K. Simmons is great. Everybody's great in it. They're all good. Yeah, where you can find us. You can find us at gowatchmovie.com, the one-stop shop for all things entertainment. Everything's there. The news, the shows, the trailer posted on the socials. But yes, it's all there. The podcast can be found anywhere a podcast can be played. That's everything. I'm Kelvin.
And I'm Robert.
Grab your
Go watch a movie.
popcorn, rip that ticket, get in that seat, lickety splicket. Go watch a movie.